We've got the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid.
A PHEV you might be able to get. That's pretty quiet.
Ooh, so quiet. That was a great acceleration. Gas engine didn't come on. Still really smooth and quiet. Nice.
If you need a lot of power, like if Andrea's really giving it the beans, then the gas engine will come on to give you everything, give you more power.
Everything you need.
All right, this is the PHEV. We got it back because we only drove it for one day when it was launched. We thought, let's get it for a week and see what we think about it. Right now, we're going to get into what's under the hood of this thing.
A 2.4-liter four-cylinder with a twin-motor PHEV system and a one-speed automatic transmission. A combined 248 horsepower and 332 pound-feet of torque.
It is a 20 kilowatt-hour battery with 61 kilometers or 38 miles of range and goes up to 687 kilometers or 420 miles with a full charge and a full tank of fuel.
Some of you might be wondering what is with this one-speed automatic transmission. Well, I asked Mitsubishi about this because some people have reported that this is a CVT or an eCVT, but Mitsubishi says because the electric motors turn quickly, there's no need for a conventional transmission or a CVT.
All right, we're going to explain more of this coming up halfway through our video called Questions, Coffee, and Cars. We'll kind of explain it a little bit more. Right now, what do you get with this vehicle? What are the key standard features?
The Outlander comes with a 12.3-inch digital driver display, an 8-inch touchscreen, wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a 6-speaker audio system, 7-passenger seating, cloth upholstery, heated front seats, 6-way manual driver's seat, 4-way manual passenger seat, and a heat pump.
It's a big dial here with all these different settings. Power is my favorite, but what else can you put it in, Andrea?
You gotta put it in S for subscribe, and if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this, the Couple Car Review, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
So make sure to like and subscribe, but also follow along on Instagram to see what's going on behind the scenes and to get a question in. More on that in a moment. For me, it's Motormouth_auto, and the links are below the like button. So a segment you have to watch is later on called our Hot Topic, and we're getting into the battery, the vehicle's inability to drive and take a charge in temperatures below minus 20 degrees Celsius. What it costs to replace the battery, can it be repaired, battery degradation, and more. But right now, Andrea, you're in the pilot seat. How are you enjoying it?
Wow, I just can't believe how quiet this cabin is. Even when the gas engine does go on, it still remains quite quiet. And Mitsubishi says they really worked on the comfort level in the cabin, but also the noise, vibration, and harshness. I can definitely see that that's made a big difference. Now, I find the steering in this vehicle to be very light, makes maneuverability easy, but I think I would like something that is slightly firmer. Other than that, I really like the smooth ride and the way it handles.
Okay, so a couple of things here. The plug-in hybrid system is developed by Mitsubishi. This is their second generation plug-in hybrid, and the benefit of that is they have expertise in this, where a lot of other brands, they're on their first plug-in. And then after they developed that first PHEV, they had a marriage with Nissan and Renault, right? So the platform that we're driving on is improved and it's shared with Nissan Renault, but the plug-in hybrid part is Mitsubishi. And I think the benefit is the platform is much better for comfort. This is built on the same platform they use for the Nissan Rogue, and you really can't see much of a resemblance. This has the dynamic shield design to the front end. This is a bit polarizing. Some people like the look. I like the look. Some people don't. Now it's been on the road for over a year. What do you think of it?
I think it's quite modern, yet very unique looking. Some just don't like the look of the front. I don't mind it. I think it's actually quite a handsome looking vehicle. It gets 7.8 inches of ground clearance and comes standard with LED headlights. You've got chrome window trim, body colored door handles, and side view mirrors. LED rear combination lights, 18-inch wheels, available 20-inch, and a tire repair kit.
So the Outlander is sold as a gas model and this plug-in hybrid model. When the gas model came out, the interior actually won an award for its design. And you can see on this top trim, you get some beautiful things like the aniline. Is it aniline or anodyne?
Semi-aniline.
Semi-aniline.
Leather-appointed seats.
It's not anodyne, it's aniline.
Aniline.
And you get the quilting on the door cards as well. It looks more expensive than the vehicle is. Stitching on the dash pad, a nice caramel colored dash wrap here. It looks really quite nice.
Well, I think it looks more upscale than something like the RAV4 Prime for sure. So I think it kind of puts it in a class of its own for this beautiful interior. I think it's well organized and well laid out. The designers, have created a lot of storage. There's a small traditional shifter at the center console, keeping everything really quite clean. And I also like this design. It's kind of a metal weave trim at the center console as well. This comes standard with cloth upholstery, available ultra suede and leatherette. There's also leather appointed seats and of course the semi-aniline that you see on our top trim.
Not anodyne.
Not anodyne. Aniline. Now we've got the available 9-inch touchscreen in here with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto plus navigation.
There are so many trims available with multiple price points, but here are some features available on the Outlander PHEV. They include massage front seats, which is a first for Outlander, a multi-view camera, head-up display, wireless charger, a Bose sound system, power driver and passenger seat, driver seat memory, heated steering wheel, pano sunroof, heated rear seats, and a hands-free power liftgate.
There is one feature that the Outlander doesn't have on any trim, and that is ventilated front seats. I know that is an important feature for some of you.
Today's the coldest day of the year. Don't need ventilated seats.
Yeah, we don't.
All right, speaking of seats, I want to get into what's unique about this vehicle. The fact that it has a standard third row. First of all, here's me getting in the second row. This is in the compact class, and you can see there's adequate headroom and legroom. How does it stack up, Andrea?
Comparing the Outlander plug-in hybrid to the Sorrento plug-in hybrid, the Outlander has 41.7 inches of front row legroom, which is about the same as the Sorrento. Space in the second row for the Outlander is 38.1 inches, which does fall short to the Sorrento.
Here's me getting in the third row. I wouldn't suggest this for a grown human. It's best for kids. I can get in there, but you can see there is not a lot of space, and please help me get out.
Third row legroom at 19.1 inches is smaller than the Sorrento.
And then you lift the power liftgate on this model, and it has, when the third row is up, a useful space. It really is quite large when the third row is down, and you can see there's even storage underneath the floor.
The Outlander gets 30.8 cubic feet of space behind the second row, 12.8 cubic feet behind the third row, and 64.7 cubic feet for overall cargo space. The Sorrento does offer more space in all of those areas.
All right, you have some good questions about how this plug-in hybrid system works, so let's get into it.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
I've had my current car for 10 years and I'm so new to hybrids. Does this vehicle require a special in-home plug to charge it? Thanks for all your honest reviews. Love them and has helped me in my search. Thank you very much. Well, that's the joy of a plug-in hybrid, is that you can just use a level 1 charger, which is just the regular outlet in your home if you choose to. Now you can add a level 2 if you like.
Well, the one thing about this PHEV from Mitsubishi, it's one of, I think maybe they might be the only one that has level 3 charging, which is a DC fast charger. So most do not have that. So to your point, you could plug it in the evening and in the morning when you get up to go to work or whatever you're doing, it will be fully charged. It's going to take longer with just a regular 110 or 120 volt outlet versus 240. But yeah, you can get by with it. And it's also great for people who live in apartment buildings.
For sure.
So if you have a plug nearby in the underground, you can scavenge electricity off that.
So for my mom who has a plug-in hybrid, she just stuck with a level 1. It's worked great for her, but our neighbor across the street who also has a plug-in hybrid, he's in and out of the house quite a bit. He did go with a level 2 because he always has then his range topped up. Hi guys, love your channel. Thank you. This looks really interesting, though while in hybrid mode, seems less efficient than the Toyota RAV4 Prime. Have you tested the actual electric range? So we actually have a viewer who has this vehicle.
Okay.
And I'm just going to read what he said because I think it's really great information. I have a 24 Outlander bought in November. The range in the cold is about 70 kilometers. The warmer temperature, I usually get about 80 kilometers, which is above
The range.
the EV range.
Yeah.
EPA seems to be tough on Japanese cars. The same car in Australia gets 80 kilometers range sticker. Yes, the EPA range is just more thorough, a little bit stricter when they're coming up with these numbers. And the efficiency when the battery is depleted is about 7 liters per 100 kilometers in my case, not the 9 liters combined the EPA is putting out. My foot is heavy. And on the highway, I go well above 120. The engine is truly getting on when the speed is above 130 kilometers per hour. In the CRV, for instance, the engine is engaged and the hybrid will stop working when going above 70 kilometers per hour.
So one of the reasons why this isn't as efficient as, say, a Toyota is it all comes down to the transmission setup and the way they power the system. So it's kind of complicated to explain it. This is similar to the Honda system that uses the gasoline engine to act as a generator to produce electricity for the electric motors. It's only at 130 kilometers an hour, the gasoline engine is directly powering the wheels. Now, with a Toyota system, it's switching the gasoline engine on and off a lot more often, and that's where they get a greater efficiency. They have a planetary gear set, an ECVT, and that's the real difference. Does it really make any difference to you other than you are saving money over regular gasoline Outlander? That's what you've got to think about.
I truly enjoy your honest reviews and it is my first reference when I want to research a specific car. Thank you. I'm wondering, what will someone lose choosing this vehicle over the RAV4 Prime or the Tucson Sportage plug-in hybrid? So why don't I do the Korean twins and then you do the RAV4. So the Korean twins don't offer as much range as this Outlander does. And the fact that, geez, this person is saying that he's getting 7 to 80 kilometers versus
that's
the
one
60,
person though.
But still pretty good.
That's grandmother research, but yes, it's still feedback.
I still think it's positive. So it doesn't get as much range. This is a heavier vehicle though, and this has the third row. Tiny third row and best for very small children, but the option is there as well. So, you know, I think that they're all great vehicles. I wouldn't have a problem with any of them. I find that this gas engine doesn't come on as much as my mom's Tucson plug-in hybrid.
Also, this has a heat pump, and the Korean twins do not have a heat pump. Okay, over to Toyota. Toyota has the best range, 68 kilometers, and it's been absolutely impossible to get. So the benefit of this one is you can probably get one over a RAV4 Prime. It doesn't have the third row seat. It does have better efficiency. The RAV4 does, as we mentioned a moment ago, when you're off the full charge. So there are pluses and minuses. The other thing, that RAV4 Prime, she's spendy. So you have to factor all of that in.
And difficult to get, especially in Canada, more available in the US for sure.
And now it's time for our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
Driving this for almost a year now. Overall, very happy with the purchase. However, the manufacturer unfortunately did not disclose the warranty for battery degradation.
Well, if you're new around here, we recently did a video on a Hyundai Ioniq 5 that needed a battery replacement that cost more than the car itself. Well, that opened up a whole can of worms and people asking questions about plug-ins and full EVs. So on this one, Andrea reached out to the PR department of Mitsubishi to get the answers that you're looking for.
So the battery warranty for this Outlander does not cover the natural rate of battery degradation. So wondering where the battery is? Well, it is located under the vehicle below the cabin and is protected in a sealed metal case. Components that are located in the battery case can be replaced, and if the battery has an issue, the current process is to replace it. EV technicians are available at dealerships to assess the damage, and damaged battery cells can be identified using diagnostic equipment located at these dealerships.
But the big question that we asked is, if the battery underneath is damaged and it needs to be replaced, how much? Did we get an answer?
No, we didn't get an exact answer. However, Mitsubishi did say over time, as more batteries are produced, they do hope that they will be able to replace cells within the battery, and that will bring the cost down.
It's the same answer for all the manufacturers. How much is your battery? We don't have the price, but trust us, in the future it'll be cheaper. That's a leap of faith, but there you go. That's the world we're in.
The Outlander PHEV has some limitations in extreme temperatures like minus 20 degrees Celsius, minus 4 Fahrenheit. A viewer who experienced these temperatures recently says the vehicle won't start if it's parked outside. He says there is no resolution other than to tow it to a warmer place like a heated parkade or garage. A message appeared on the vehicle dash to plug in the charger to warm the drive battery, but when plugged in, it wouldn't accept the charge in minus 20 Celsius, minus 4 Fahrenheit.
Mitsubishi Motors Canada replied, "In the Outlander PHEV, the plug-in hybrid EV system is designed to prevent damage to the battery at all times, and in certain cases may prevent the vehicle from being driven. In environments of extreme cold, it is recommended to follow the directions found in the owner's manual and connect the EV charging cable while the vehicle is parked to improve the vehicle's ability to operate normally when required. This may increase the battery's warmth and improve the vehicle's ability to safely start."
When we had the Outlander PHEV, our temperatures dropped to minus 12 degrees Celsius, 10 Fahrenheit, and we had no issues with the vehicle. If you are dealing with extreme temperatures, the Outlander PHEV may not be the right choice for you.
Well, there's a lot of questions about this vehicle. Can it tow? What is the warranty? How fast is it to charge? And more in our vital stats.
Let's start with pricing. We'll do Canada first and then move on to the US. The base model starts at just over $48,000 and the top trim is just over $58,000. In the US, the base model is just over $40,000 and the top trim just under $49,000. The Outlander plug-in hybrid gets 3.6 liters equivalent per 100 kilometers. That's 64 miles per gallon equivalent. With the battery depleted, a combined 9 liters per 100 kilometers, 26 miles per gallon.
The Outlander comes with a 3.3 kilowatt onboard charger. With a level 1 charger, it'll charge from 0 to 100% in 16 hours. Level 2, 0 to 100% in 6.5 hours. And with a DC fast charger, it takes 38 minutes to charge to 80%.
In Canada, this plug-in hybrid qualifies for the federal EV rebate of $5,000 and rebates in any participating provinces. The Outlander does not qualify for a tax credit in the US, but incentives may be available at Mitsubishi dealerships if the vehicle is leased.
This plug-in hybrid is rated to tow 1,500 pounds, and the warranty is 5 years, 100,000 kilometers, or 60,000 miles. The powertrain and battery warranty are 10 years, 160,000 kilometers, or 100,000 miles. In the United States, complimentary maintenance is covered for 2 years, or 30,000 miles. So you like the idea of a compact utility that's a plug-in. What else can you buy?
For your consideration, 4 vehicles for you to consider.
Up first is the Toyota RAV4 Prime. It has a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine with a combined 302 horsepower, 68 kilometers, 42 miles of EV range. It starts at just over $54,000.
The Kia Sportage with a 1.6-liter turbo 4-cylinder, a combined 261 horsepower and 55 kilometers or 34 miles of EV range, at a starting price of $49,500.
The Hyundai Tucson with the same powertrain as the Sportage, but with 53 kilometers, 33 miles of range, a little bit less, it is a starting price of just over $52,000.
The Kia Sorrento plug-in hybrid with the same 1.6-liter turbo 4-cylinder as the other Korean vehicles, 261 horsepower, it has 51 kilometers or 32 miles of EV range, and a starting price of $51,500.
So there are 4 plug-in hybrid SUVs for you to consider.
Lightning round, 2 things we like, 2 things we'd like to see improved.
I really like this upscale interior for a non-luxury brand.
This is very well done.
What I'd like to see for the price, ventilated front seats added.
Not today. It's too cold.